Please pray with me. Dear Lord, thank you for bringing our loved ones safely here today and for their sacrifices and support that have allowed us to realize this dream. Thank you for our educators who have guided our hands and minds throughout this past year. Lord, you know the trials that we have overcome to be here today. Please continue to guide us in the days to come as we prepare for the next step. Bless us with calm and recall as we take the NCLEX and begin our careers. Forgive us where we fail you and make our actions as nurses always reflect your unfailing love. Thank you for the sacrifice of your Son. It is in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Good evening. My name is Tracy Cooper. I'm the Executive Director of Nursing here at Temple College, and I am so excited to see so many people here for this amazing celebration. I'd like to take a few moments to just introduce a few people, and so I'd like to introduce everyone that's on the stage, and then I have a couple of people out in the audience that we'd like to recognize also. We've got Dr. Christy Ponce. She's the president of Temple College. Dr. Shelley Pearson. She's the Associate Vice President of Health Professions. Dr. Susan Guzman Trevino, she's the Vice President of Academic Affairs. We've got Jennifer Graham, she is the Executive Director of the TC Foundation. We've got Dr. Mark Smith, he's the Vice President of Educational Services. And then next to him, we've got Autumn Morey, she's our lab tech. We've got Miss Nancy Eaton, she is our Simulation Lab Coordinator. Miss Bonnie Anderson, she's a Taylor. Miss Ethel Flowers, she's at Temple campus. Down here is Miss Joelle Wella, she's at the Temple campus. We've got Melissa, I'm gonna say it, Michaela Witz. She's at the Taylor campus. Karina Kane, she's our clinical coordinator. Miss Hannah Heavner, she's at the Temple campus. Miss Naomi Quintero, she's at the Temple campus. Miss Rosemary Beruman at the Temple campus. Miss Elizabeth Collins at the Temple campus. And Megan Straminska at the Taylor campus. A couple of people out in the audience that I'd like to recognize that none of us would be here without is our administrative assistant, Mr. William Jones, is sitting in the front here. And right next to him is Louise Gore from the Taylor campus. Miss Claudia Turner also helped teach at the Taylor campus. Miss Karen Robinson helps us out in the simulation lab. And then I'd also like to recognize Miss Katie Burrows. She's the chairman of the Board of Trustees for Temple College. Thank you for being here. Now I'd like to ask Dr. Ponce to come say a few words.
Thank you so much, Tracy. Good evening. Thank you all so much for joining us for this very special Lvn pinning ceremony. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the faculty, staff, and students, we would like to welcome all of you to Temple College. We all know how much hard work it takes to successfully graduate from a nursing program, and we appreciate all of the love, support, and encouragement given by family and friends. If you are the parents, legal guardians, or grandparents of one of our graduates here tonight, will you please stand? If you are a child, spouse, or significant other of one of our graduates, will you please stand? If you are one of the faculty, staff, and administrators who helped these graduates successfully complete their program, will you please stand? And most importantly, if you are one of our Lvn graduates, will you please stand to be recognized? We are so proud of you and look forward to celebrating with you on Saturday.
Thank you, Dr. Ponce. Good evening, graduates. Well, as a former radiologic technologist or X-ray tech in your world, I'm excited to welcome new colleagues to the healthcare family. So it's a very special profession. It's a very special, just overall community, and I think that you're going to be very happy there. First, I would again like to recognize the faculty, but I especially would like to recognize Ms. Tracy Cooper, your Executive Director of Nursing. So you get to stay. Yay! They have worked tirelessly to get you to this point, to ensure that you're prepared to enter the healthcare community as Temple College nurse graduates. So we really appreciate their efforts. Graduates, well, this past year I've gotten to know several of you wandering the halls, myself wandering the halls, not you, workshops, visiting your classes, and just general individual conversations. And I think you know the themes that I ride pretty hard, leadership and growth. And so those are a couple of things I want to talk to you about this evening as you start your journey. I'm a great fan of motivational speeches. I tend to kind of migrate towards one, Mr. John Maxwell. He talks a lot about leadership and growth. He's a leadership expert, author, and life coach. And he poses that in life, the first person you lead is you, and that growth is the pathway to potential. Growth and leadership, the best part of a new journey is discovering what you do not know, which is learning. And the fact that there's so much more to know. Now, except on test day, discovering what you don't know on test day is kind of a problem. Graduates, today you've arrived at the critical phase of discovering that personal growth. You are at the point of knowing what you do not know. This is a critical phase because self-awareness and potential become wholly dependent on each other. And I look out and I see potential, and we've had those conversations, whether individually as a group. You have to continue the self-awareness because moving beyond entry level in a profession requires intentional learning. I'm an advocate for continuing your formal education, as we've discussed. However, you don't have to be in school to seek ways to stretch beyond what you need to know. So keep growing. Growth stops when you lose the tension between where you are and where you want to be. Our growth creates the belief of growth in others. When that happens in a positive environment, indifference is replaced with make a difference, and that's how we change the world. So my charge to each of you, become an intentional learner, seek a positive environment, take advantage of every growth opportunity, set time to reflect, be thankful, and finally, of course, play nice with the X-ray techs. Good luck.
Okay, for some very special awards, I'm going to ask Jennifer Graham to step forward.
Okay, this is always really an exciting time for us at the Foundation. There are a bunch of you that I watched backstage and as you were proceeding in, and we have watched your journey. Some of you, it's taken a year. Some of you, you've been here a while, and it took you time just to get into the program. So I would be remiss if I didn't say, at the stage you're at now, keep going. And if we can be of help to you, please let us help you continue that journey. That's why we're here. I have some people, though, that have really shined as they've gone through their time at Temple College. And the first awards I would like to give are to those students who began their lives serving our country. And they've now joined the nursing profession and will continue to serve our community. These awards were donated by the VFW, Ladies Auxiliary. Beatrice Kennard usually comes to this event and is able to present these awards with us. She is at that stage in her life, though, where she needs you professionally and is still here to guide that for you. So on behalf of Beatrice Kennard and the VFW, I would like to ask Taylor Allen to come forward. Emily Horn, would you please come forward? And Letitia McKee, would you please come forward? So what we were sharing with them is that they have received a piece of paper that they're going to sign, and as soon as they've signed that paper, at the end of this ceremony, before they celebrate and go home with you, they need to bring that paper back to me and I will exchange it for their check. So they are walking away with money today, which is always exciting. All right, we have a couple of other kind of exciting things that don't always happen at a pinning ceremony. The first thing I want to share is a story. We had a student who applied to the nursing program like all of you. She got accepted to the nursing program like all of you. She registered for her classes like all of you. And she went to go pay by what day? Thursday. She didn't have her money. So she withdrew from her classes. She couldn't afford the program. About a week after that, we sent out all of our scholarship announcements. And so I happily send on her scholarship announcement, and she writes me back, "Oh my gosh, my mom and I were dancing, we're floating, we're crying. This is the best thing that's ever happened in my life." And I said, "Awesome, that's so great for you." And she wrote me back 15 minutes later, and she said, "Ma'am, I'm sorry, I have to decline my scholarship. I withdrew, and there's no places left. They gave my space away." Yeah, you guys were doing the oh, right? And I said, "Oh no, that can't happen." So we called Tracy Cooper, and I said, "Tracy, you've got to get her into a program." And within another 30 minutes, she had a place down in Taylor, and she was back in the nursing program, and she got her scholarship. Yeah, exactly, right? And so I sent a letter out to some of our donors, and I said, "I just want you to understand how that little bit helps. This wasn't, a full ride scholarship for this young lady. This was going to pay for a couple of classes. That's how important these donations are." And that donor said, "You tell her that if she finishes, we'll get her taken care of and make sure she keeps going." I said, "We'll send that message along." And so last week I got an email from that same young lady, and she asked me, "Could you please make sure that my donor is at the pinning ceremony? He's who got me here." So can I please ask Jawara Easley to come forward? And can I ask Dr. Harry B. Macy Jr. to please stand? All right, Jawara, you don't need to come on stage. We just wanted to make sure you two connected and you got to say thank you. And look at tears, right? Yeah. She has been an awesome part of our journey getting to watch all of you. All right, we have an award that we do every year that is probably one of my favorite awards. It was started by Virginia Leak, and she and her team years and years ago said we need to recognize not just competence in nursing, but we've got to recognize compassion. So they came up with the Caring Heart Award. The Caring Heart Award is given to the student in each program that really demonstrates clinical excellence paired with patient advocacy and compassion. The faculty select the award winner every year. The faculty also fund this award every year. And I want to share with you that back in the day when this started, it was a certificate. So somebody walked away with an awesome honor and a pin, but they now walk away with an awesome honor, a pin, a certificate, and money. Yeah, right? That's the good part. So the money part comes from these people right here. 100%. That's the only people who fund this award. And every year, they fund more than we need. That's how much they believe in you, and they believe in what you do and who you are. So what we have started is we're collecting those funds and making a nursing award endowment. We're almost at the place where that's an endowment, but we still give away the awards every year so that we're not going to hold on to the savings. We're going to make sure you get your dollars. So can I please ask these two young people, don't you love it when we say young like that? These two young people to come forward and collect your Caring Heart Award. We have one from Taylor and we have one from Temple. From Taylor campus, the Caring Heart Award in 2019 will go to Patcha Fawcett. All right, and I'm going to ask at the same time to come forward from the Temple campus. The Caring Heart Award is given to, this is special, ladies and gentlemen, Portia Grant. Okay. Bam. So, and here's your certificate. All right. So you've got other people that were announced earlier today, and I just kind of want to recognize them again and share how these stories all develop. So you all met Karen Robinson early. She helps with the clinical stuff, but she actually is a retired ADN instructor here. And Karen, when she retired, said, "What I care about is my mom, and what I care about is nursing." And she established an endowment upon her retirement to give a scholarship for a nursing student who was going to pursue the idea that they wanted to work with older adults. And I kept saying geriatrics, and she says, "No, in nursing we don't call it that anymore, but you know what I mean." And so I just want to recognize that when people care about what they do and they put their money into it, it changes somebody else's life. You might call that paying it forward. And I would say, yeah, that's probably what they were doing, is paying it forward. And I will tell you that you will come to a point in your lives where you get to pay it back. And I will ask you to remember Temple College and remember the people that are going to be sitting in these seats in another few years. And hopefully you will be able to pay it back so that they can pay it forward. Before we leave, I have two more awards I would like to give. This is a brand new award, and it's a difficult award to give because it indicated that there was a loss. Glenda Parker was another one of our, from 30 years ago, amazing professors here. She worked in the LVN program literally for over 30 years here at Temple College. And she made the turn where you go from teaching nurses to needing nurses. And in the final weeks of her life, it was the Temple College nurses that she taught that cared for her and saw her through that final chapter. We lost Glenda about a month ago, and I was amazed at her funeral service, the number of past students who were there, the number of professors who had taught with her were there. Her impact was huge, not any more huge for anybody than for her family. And I want to ask Melissa Parker and Linda Contrusi. Melissa is Glenda's daughter, and Linda is Glenda's twin nurse sister. Yeah, they come that way. They have joined us today because in their grief and in their loss, they did the same thing that Karen had done. And they said, "I want to honor Mom sister, wife, and I want to continue her legacy at Temple College. So they started talking about an endowment. And when that conversation got to what kind of money an endowment is, and so just so you know, when we talk endowment, minimum $10,000. So when we think about $10,000, I could buy a lot of toys with that, right? I could alleviate a lot of debt with that. No, what they want is for that to go back to you, students like you. So they started an online fundraiser, and in less than 5 days, they have reached $9,000 towards their endowment. I would like to share with you that the additional $1,000 has been raised by the faculty and staff at Temple College, and we will have a Glenda Parker endowment this year. But on top of that, we also have a Glenda Parker Critical Care Award. We've had a Critical Care for LVN award in the past, but it didn't come with dollars. This year, because of the people on this stage, it comes with dollars. So, if I could please ask Linda to stand up and Melissa to stand up and be recognized. And if I, yeah. So if you knew Glenda, that woman was a bit of a firecracker. She kind of was a spark plug. Wait till you meet her daughter, Melissa, the $9,000 in 5 days girl. All right, I'd like these students to please come forward and accept their awards. From the Taylor campus, I'd like to ask Madison Menardis to come forward. You know, I have been saying to Melissa for the last month, from loss comes legacy, from grief comes goodness, and that's what you're getting to watch today. So thank you for supporting that. All right, and from the Temple campus, I would like to ask Brandy Williams to come forward. I'd like to thank all of you for your support of the foundation. I want to wish all of you nurses the absolute best career. Remember, probably you're not done yet. Keep going.
Okay, so this is the part that all these graduates have been waiting for all night. It's the pinning. I want to just tell you just a little bit about why we do this. Pinning is a tradition that started back in the late 1800s when nurses graduated from school. They would get a badge, and that badge they wore around so anyone around could know they could get health care from that person because they had the nursing badge on. And then it turned into where all of the nursing schools started making their own badges or pins. And so you proudly wore the pin of your nursing school. And that tradition continues today. Although not everyone wears their badge or pin now, it really was a badge of honor. And whether you choose to wear one or whether you have one at all, you still have that badge of honor of graduating from Temple College, and we want you to really wear that proudly. So I know you're excited. Let's go ahead and get started.
Hiwet Adem. Matthew Barr. Jeanette Duckworth. Patcha Fawcett. Elizabeth Jeannie Knox. Elena Locke. Alex Martinez. Madison Minardis. Kedra Meredith. Thomas Miller. Frederick Momendong. Stanley Indukama. Judith Weibo. Sylvia Utri Easley. Amanda Ortiz. Kylie Reisner. Mireya Sandoval.
From the Temple campus, Taylor D. Allen. Christina R. Bailey. Yanette Banda. Danisha Rashawn Bennett. Kiki Blue. Tanjanae Lachey Colbert. Crystal Gail Conklin. Kayla Leanne Cox. Jessica Lizeth Delgado. Ebony M. Dent. Dina F. DeWeese. Kara B. Donahue. Nicole Espinoza. Christina Sandata Estes. Jessica C. Farrell. Jose Garcia. Shauna Gasca. Portia R. Grant. Karina Guzman. Emily G. Horn. Amy L. Ingram. Oh. Michelle L. Jeremiah. Renee Johnson. Kianju Ko. Jenna N. Leshaker. Tori Loneker. Cynthia Madrid. Tina Marie McGehee. Paxi Nadia Farah Lenny McGill. Letitia Ann McKee. Michelle McPherson. Leah Nichols. Lucy Nyabuki Nyanganga. Alyssa Para. Danielle Pividori. Dylan J. Pope. Kayana Priori. Deborah Suzanne Sloan. Victoria Cheyenne Sterling. Rebecca M. Tools. Megan Wiebe. Brandy Williams. Kristen Williams. Melinda Williams. Annette Zayas.
This is the point in our pinning where the class of 2019 will say the Nightingale Pledge. So I'd like to present to you the class of 2019.
Hello, everyone. My name is Portia Grant, and I'm going to be doing the benediction. Okay. A year ago today, we started a journey that would change our lives forever. Not fully aware of what to expect, we entered a class of unfamiliar faces, unfamiliar topics, but anticipated success. From day one, we hit the ground running with our instructors by our side. Even though we knew this day would eventually come, nothing prepared us for the long days, sleepless nights, and abundance of information we needed to learn and retain. During our first week, we created inspiration boards, and I brought mine so you guys could see. And we hung these in our classroom. I don't think we realized how much we needed that constant motivation until now. I believe there was a time during the program that we all had doubt or concern, but the reminders of inspiration we created that day helped us push through. I would like to take the time to thank our instructors for their roles in our success. Ms. Baruman, Ms. Collins, Ms. Wella, Ms. Flowers, Ms. Heavener, Ms. Quinteros, Ms. Eubanks, Ms. Kirkpatrick, and Ms. Kane. Thank you for having the heart to teach us. You have laughed with us, cried with us, you have mentored us, and you provided us with the best education. So on behalf of my cohort, we thank you. So classmates, as we look around now, those once unfamiliar faces are now our friends. They're our besties, and now they're a part of our family. As we embark on this lifelong journey of nursing, let's take the knowledge, the compassion, and the heart to care for others with us. Congratulations, LVN class of 2019. We made it.
This concludes our pinning ceremony. If y'all will all remain seated while we let our graduates exit the building, and then y'all can go celebrate. Thank you for coming.